You know, you can always tell a Midwest garage by the amount of scrap wood in the rafters of the garage. Honest to Pete, if there's not enough scrap wood in your garage to build at least 2 other garages, you might be in Massachusetts. But what do you do with all that wood? I'll tell you what you do. You make some scrap wood masterpieces. Now do a cool title thing here, like scrap wood. Do you think you can do that or no?
Scrap wood masterpieces.
The Midwest's the Silicon Valley of scrap wood. The Wall Street of sad lumber. The Hollywood of crap wood. So what scrap wood masterpiece are we gonna make today? Well, we're starting off with an easy one. Giant Jenga, aka Jumbo Jenga, aka Big Jenga, aka Drunk Jenga, or Jenga for short. Now I'll tell you this right now, when it comes to backyard drinking activities, Giant Jenga always ranks in the top 3, right up there next to bags and testicle toss. But how can you turn a giant heap of scrap wood in your garage into a backyard game most likely to give you a concussion? I'll show you how. First things first, you're gonna need a saw. I'll be using this saw that I borrowed from my dad a few years ago. And then you'll need some sort of a measuring device. I'm going with the trusty old square deal we got going here. And for a sander, I'll be using this brand spanking new palm sander I just got over at the Fleet Farm. Do you need to use a palm sander to sand your Giant Jenga? Absolutely not. It is overkill, okay? But it did give me an excuse to go over to the Fleet Farm, and that's gotta count for something. Enough of the cliff notes, it's time to get down to business. So how many 2x4s are you gonna pull out of the rafters? Well, you're cutting 10.5-inch pieces, and there are 54 pieces. So if you do the math, that's about 10 plus 4 is a half. Okay, 54, so that'd be 54 times. Okay, so half. I got no idea. Just pull as many 2x4s as you got, and we'll see how she goes. Now this one's got a couple nails in it, so that'll be interesting. We got some baby spiders growing. That's fun. This one will give you tetanus for sure. Did I get my shot? I got no idea. Now this is a red one. Is that lead paint? Probably. Oh shoot, we got a rat's nest up here. Is this a 2x4? Wow. Get up here and check this out. It's the B Ritz-Carlton in here. Now here's the deal. You want to cut twice, measure once, okay? Wait, did I get that wrong? Measure twice, cut once. Okay. Now before you start cutting, safety is important. Get your safety goggles on. Put your ears in. Keep your hands and any other fun parts of your body away from the saw blade at all times. Push your safety in, put your deal down, and then... Oh yeah, cuts like butter. Oh, I screwed that up. Okay, so you want to cut all the way through and not be showing off for the camera. Are we in line? 10.5? Close enough. Boom, second time's the charm. And honestly, if they're off a little bit, people are probably drinking in your backyard. They're not gonna notice anyway. So there you go, a solid 10.5-inch cut. Now you just gotta repeat that process 53 more times. It's not pretty, but it'll Jenga. There you go, folks. Cut 54 of these bad boys. Now, let me be clear. You could stop here and just say, it's got a lot of character, okay? But we're gonna sand them because I like a nice, easy tug out of there. You know, I like to rig the game in my favor. So you start by plugging in your sander, all right? And oh, shoot. Okay, and haha. So I did that on purpose to show you what not to do. You know, it's best to lead by your mistakes. Now, what you're gonna start by doing is just... I gotta be honest with you, I got no idea if this is really doing anything at all. Just get some to basically take off the years of sins on these 2x4s. Gosh knows where these have been. So Mr. 2x4, how does it feel to be a big game of Jenga? Honestly, it feels awful. I could have been a house, and I could have been a brewer. Tough shoot. Now folks, some people will tell you to also make a base for your big Jenga, you know, something to put your boards on. And honestly, I was gonna do that, and then I got lazy, so that's okay. What I do have here though is a Packers cooler, which honestly is gonna work absolutely great. Don't these look, kind of ugly? That's okay. All right, so there you have it, a beautiful game of Jenga. Now listen, you may think you're done, and honestly you probably are, but you're not done. Pull out your Sharpie, and then you pull out a couple of the blocks and you write something like, drink tree sips. Or you could pretend you're the board talking and say, is this why you killed the giving tree? Or you could write something sweet, like the Midwest way of saying I love you. Watch out for deer. And that's it for today's Scrap Wood Masterpiece Theater. I hope this was the best video of your life. As always, go Packers, and the Bears.
So roll out the barrel and get the band brewing. Life's got you down, just keep her moving.